Hello friends, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss something that many of us struggle with, how to make studying addictive. We all know that studying is important. In fact, it's essential for success in school, college, competitive exams like UPSC Civil Services, UPSC Medical, UPSC Engineering, and so much more. But let's face it, studying can be really tough and super boring, which makes it even harder to actually sit down and hit the books. So what if there was a way to trick your brain into thinking that studying is actually fun? Well, believe me, it is possible. And today I am share some practical tips and tricks that will make studying feel like less of a chore and more of an exciting challenge. Tip number 1, gamify your studies. Our brains love dopamine, which is a chemical that makes us feel good. And games are designed to give us lots of little dopamine hits to keep us engaged and wanting to play more. So why not try applying this to your studying? You can do this by turning your study sessions into games. For example, you can challenge yourself to answer as many questions as possible within a certain time limit, or you can try to beat your previous score. You can also use flashcards or online tools that make learning feel more like a game than a chore. By making studying more fun and interactive, you'll be able to stay engaged and motivated for longer periods of time. And who knows, you might even find yourself actually enjoying it. Now tip no. 2 is to break down your larger goals into smaller ones. One of the biggest reasons why people struggle with studying is because they set unrealistic goals for themselves. They might try to study for 8 hours straight without taking a break. Or they might try to learn an entire chapter in one sitting. But here's the thing, our brains can only focus for so long before we start to get distracted or burnt out. So instead of setting these huge goals that are hard to achieve, it's important to break them down into smaller, more manageable ones. For example, if you want to learn a whole chapter, break it down into sections and give yourself a specific amount of time to learn each section. This way, you'll have smaller goals to achieve and you won't feel overwhelmed or burnt out. Plus, when you achieve these smaller goals, you'll get a sense of accomplishment and motivation to keep going. So remember, it's not about how long you study, but about how effectively you study. And that starts with setting realistic goals. Moving on to tip no. 3, which is to reward yourself for your accomplishments. This is a great way to stay motivated and keep yourself accountable. For example, you can reward yourself with a small treat, like a piece of chocolate or a few minutes of video game time after completing a study session. It doesn't have to be anything big, just something that you enjoy and that will make you look forward to your rewards. You can also use other forms of positive reinforcement, like telling yourself good job or giving yourself a pat on the back. The key is to find what works for you and to be consistent with your rewards. This will help you stay motivated and make studying feel less like a chore and more like something you actually enjoy. So don't underestimate the power of positive reinforcement. Now moving on to tip no. 4, which is to take breaks. It's no secret that we all need to take breaks when studying. Pushing ourselves for long periods of time without rest can lead to burnout and decreased productivity. But it can be tough to know when and how to take effective breaks. That's where the Pomodoro technique comes in. This technique involves forcing 25-minute blocks of intense focus followed by 5-minute breaks. After every 4 Pomodoros, you can take a longer break of 20 to 30 minutes. The technique helps you stay focused and avoid distractions during your work periods, and gives you a chance to rest and recharge during your breaks. It's a simple yet effective way to boost your productivity and make studying feel less overwhelming. So if you're feeling stuck or unmotivated, give the Pomodoro technique a try and see how it can help you take your studying to the next level. Moving on to tip number 5, which is to find a study buddy. Studying with a partner can be a great way to stay accountable and motivated. When you have someone to study with, you can set goals together, share resources, and help each other stay on track. Plus, it can be nice to have someone to talk to while you study, which can help you stay focused and engaged. Just be sure to find a study buddy that's a good fit for you and that shares your goals and values. With the right study buddy, you'll be able to make studying more fun and effective. Moving on to tip number 6, which is to listen to music. Music has been shown to have a variety of cognitive benefits, including improved memory, attention, and concentration. Some studies have even found that listening to music while studying can improve academic performance. When choosing music to listen to while studying, it's important to find something that helps you focus and block out distractions. Some people prefer instrumental music, while others prefer music with lyrics. Ultimately, it's up to you to find what works best for you. There are even genres of music that are specifically designed to help with focus and concentration, such as ambient or lo-fi hip-hop. So don't be afraid to experiment and find what helps you get in the zone. Just be sure to keep the volume at a reasonable level so that you can still hear your surroundings in case of emergency. Finally, we come to tip no. 7, which is to use mnemonic devices. Mnemonic devices are essentially memory aids that help you remember information more easily. They can be particularly useful for remembering lists, such as the periodic table or the order of operations. Some common examples of mnemonic devices include acronyms, rhymes, and jingles. For example, the periodic table is a list of all known elements organized by their atomic number and properties. It's a lot of information to memorize, but using an acronym or a rhyme can make it much easier. Acronyms are simply words or phrases formed from the first letters of a list of words. For example, the acronym for the order of operations is PEMDAS, which stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division from left to right, addition and subtraction from left to right, rhymes and jingles. On the other hand, use rhythm and rhyme to help you remember information. For example, the jingle for the alphabet song is a simple rhyme that helps children remember the letters of the alphabet. Creating mnemonic devices like acronyms, rhymes, and jingles can help you trick your brain into thinking studying is more like a game than a chore. And when studying feels like fun, you're more likely to stick with it and achieve your goals. So do you underestimate the power of a little creativity when it comes to making studying more effective and enjoyable. So there you have it. 7 tips to make studying more addictive. We hope that these tips will help you turn studying into something that you actually enjoy. Remember, it's all about making studying more engaging and interactive so that your brain gets all the dopamine it needs to stay focused and motivated. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment below to let us know which tips you plan to try out. And if you have any other suggestions for making studying more addictive, we would love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos on productivity and motivation. Thanks for watching and happy studying.